Okay guys, this is a funny one. I had a company reach out to me and ask me if I would review LED light bars, which I always, like, as a joke, wanted to put an LED light bar on my Kia just to blind people if they're annoying or just to use or whatever. And they were like, hey, we'll give you, you can choose from this like sponsorship light bars and choose one, and if you do a review on it and tell everybody where you got it and how you like it and everything else. So this is the company, and I think it's Nilight LED lighting, and yeah, they're on Amazon, Nilight. And what I chose was, I was like, man, how am I gonna put a light bar on the front of this Kia? It's not like a truck where it's square where something will look nice. So I was like, I'll measure something to replace this grill or fit inside this grill. Like, this easily pops out, this little grill here. So I looked at what they had. I measured this, and then I looked at what they had, and they got this guy, which is like spotters in the front and floods in the sides. You can see the mirror is different. And on the mail time video, I fired this thing up, and it's like the fucking sun. I'm impressed, because some of these are really not that great. But this one looks bright as hell. And if you look, it is almost exactly the size of my grill. So the big thing will be, I just got to get the front end apart, like this little guy, take the grill out, and then see how this fits. I might bolt it on the inside right to the lip and then put this over top of it. See how it all fits in there. And then I'll wire it up and put the switch in the car. It came with lighted switch. Okay, it came with a lighted switch, wiring, relay, fuse holder, instructions, which I probably won't look at all. Yeah, incredible. Oh, look, it already has everything in it. It already has the spade connectors and everything on it. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. This should be very easy. Yeah, and this is the ground thing is already on it, so maybe I will look at the instructions a tiny bit. And is this a lighted switch? Wow, the switch is huge. They give you instructions for the switch wiring, which I might look at. I always forget which ones, because I want the switch to light up. I think that'd be neat. You have to wire it correctly, and I'll have to... Waterproof? Covered in rubber? Someone sent me this roll around tool thing today, just today. I'll try not to strip out all my... Maybe we'll now. All the way down here. I just assume I remember this. I'm going to here, but... Besides the roll, I can't see how it would be an issue. Get in here. Hold still, bitches. Gearbox. Gearbox. One forever. Yes. Cut. That's not bad. Good enough. Great. Yes, the before I started this. Here she comes. Wow. It's not your bridge, it's not just there. My bridge. It's not you. Oh yeah. Oh man. Oh man. It's a lot of plastic now. I should probably on this. Let's see that. It plays along my fucking condenser radiator right here. Jesus Christ. There's a shatter fallout, which... Okay. Yeah. Cut everything, guys. Cut it all. Cut it all. Rip the rest of it out. Can't be scared. Oh, don't tell me that's not bad. The Kia is a bad mamma jamma. Yeah, literally just, we'll bolt these guys to something. I think there's pre-existing bolt holes. There's the rad support right here. I can make a tab that comes off the rad support and then goes into these bolts and then tighten everything. I'm totally happy where that is right now already. This shit is nice. And then all I need to do is, wow, I can mount into that. Yeah, honk. How do you get your friends out of the house? Honk. Go to your neighbors. Honk. Okay. Honestly, I had a whole change of heart on how I was doing this. I was making it too hard, making it too complicated on myself. So I brought it back out where I think it looks better. The bar was going to work out, and I'd have to move everything. And what was happening was the metal bar was hitting the trim in here, and that was kind of fucking me over. And a bunch of things were just some weird spots. And I'm like, you know what? Nothing is holding anything in place anyway, except for this top mount. So I'll just zip tie, dude, this thing is, the whole bumper moves. It's zip tied on, but it's zip tied onto plastic. It's not like I'm mounting it into metal. So if I put this guy right back on, not too much of a difference really. The zip ties will get in the way a little bit, but I'll be able to snap everything back in. And it's certainly not going to hurt my feelings. I'm not a fucking professional. Yeah, so I'll shove those back in, and then we'll get on to wiring it. Yeah. Okay, way too hard to get a camera in here, but there is a rubber grommet that a bunch of wires come from inside and outside the car here. So I just poked a little hole in there and ran a piece of wire out, stiff wire like a coat hanger or whatever you would think. And I'm going to pull what I need to back in with it so that the wires are in the car and go from there. One quick easy way to get the wiring in. And then this is my kick panel, or I'm going to call my kick, right where your knees go in the dash. So I'm going to drill a hole in there for the switch and wire it up and clean everything up. Okay guys, I got it all wired up. Just got to clean up a little bit of wires in the engine bay, but I put this little switch right here down by my trip button, and oh boy, lights up, lights on, it's bright as fuck. Okay, not something you're used to seeing from me, but I cleaned up all the wiring and loomed it, and we will get some brightness tests here and go for a drive and take a look at the difference, but yeah, it's a beast. Okay guys, I got a quick test for you. This is me driving with my headlights on, and then this is me with my high beams on, and then this is the mini light bar. It's like fucking daylight. Now this is my headlights off. This is my headlights on. You can't even tell other than the little bit of yellow it adds. But wow, it's
such a bumpy road.
It's in like flood mode and everything else, but that is pretty incredible. I don't know what else to say. For how tiny, it's only a 26 inch. It just fits in my grill. It looks totally stock in there. So I'll show you how I just trimmed it out with a Sawzall. Someone's coming. But Yeah, it's incredibly bright, and it's nice and clear and good.
Turn it on again. Woo!
That is wild.
I can't wait to drive to Mark's house with that. That's insane.
The outsides of the bar, like the 6 LEDs on the outside, are floods to the left and right, and then all the center ones are like spots forward, and you can tell it throws some light. I'm really, really impressed with that. That's incredible. I want to put one in the back of the Kia. You almost don't want to turn it off. Now I'm gonna think my headlights are shot. Whenever I turn this off, I'm gonna think my headlights are junk. Look at that. Why can't I see anything? Oh shit, that's, now I'm good.
And we're driving through a mountain, by the way. This is why it's so bumpy, because we're actually driving through a mountain.
Yep, up a mountain road here where there's no light at all, except for this street lamp. So, good, incredible. Pretty happy. Obviously with this, it is way brighter than, I've seen some pretty cheap ones. These are definitely not cheap ones. These are great. This, I think it was only like 60 or 70 bucks for both of these, which is a hell of a deal. Came with the wiring, came with the relay. You just plug all that shit in and it works great. I almost did nothing. I used much less wiring than they gave me actually. And I kind of copped out on zip tying it in there, but like I said, the whole bumper moves. If you pull on the light bar, the whole bumper moves. So I'm totally okay with that. The rest of this front end, I mean, this car's been in a bunch of accidents. That's fine. If it was a truck, I would have bolted it down. But the company is Nilight, and there's their little logo right down there. And I'll put the links in the Amazon in this video here. But if you're looking for a light bar, I'd have to recommend them. Pretty awesome shit.